What, if any, personal rules do you follow when building your collections? Huh.
I have a few.
The rules of collecting.
They're fairly basic. I think they're common sense rules at this point. For me, is I try to. I'm really trying to be more space conscious and money conscious, especially now as I dial down a little bit on my one job. Excuse me. So I don't buy anything that I don't intend to play at some point. Usually I won't buy anything that I don't intend to play within the next couple weeks to a month of buying, at least cursory, or to check it out or to have some fun with it. Generally, systems that I have sold off games for, such as my NES, my Genesis, my PS2, I will not even allow myself to browse them at conventions. I won't look at them when they come into the store. I just stay away from them unless they pertain to genres that I really, really care about. So these days, that's basically scrolling shooters or like Mahjong titles. So while I've sold off like my NES collection and my PS2 collection, I will still buy shooters for PS2 or say a Famicom Mahjong game.
So you're just going to pare down to just a few genres you want to focus on.
But mostly it's PC Engine, which makes it very easy for me. That's what I look at conventions. So I have to play it. It has to be something I want to play, or it has to belong to a genre that I want. Also, I have a pretty hard limit of not going over about $70 to $80 on a game, unless in very rare instances it's a shooter that I want. In which case I have to gauge how badly I want it and how good of a quality shooter it is, in which case I've gone up to about $200 spent out of pocket. But I get my money's worth out of shooters because I play the shit out of my shooters. So those are kind of my rules. The only systems that I really will allow myself to browse at conventions are black and white Game Boy games, portables, mostly, black and white Game Boy, Neo Geo Pocket, and I really like DS and 3DS games. They look nice on a shelf, and I play my portables a lot in PC Engine. That's kind of what I've limited myself to for space and to keep my video game collecting just in check in general.
Oh, so this is kind of tough because I'm not really building it anymore. I hate to say it. I mean, at this point, the only things I'm really looking for buying are really rare titles that fall into my lap, or someone presents me with an opportunity to buy it or to get it, or if I'm looking for manuals for NES games, which I think is fun because it's like sifting through it's like looking for comics almost.
Sure.
It feeds on that, and while a lot are expensive, there's still some that are cheap I can find. Yes, I can buy them on eBay. What's the fun of that? I'm down to about less than 100 manuals left, so that to me is fun. But in terms of rules, I mean, I'm a different sort of collector than Ian, since I'm more completionist for certain ones versus, there's some systems like Super Nintendo or Genesis where I'm only looking for specific titles at this point. I'm not going to get all of them. There's no point. For example, I think I'm looking for Wild Guns on Super Nintendo, but who isn't? But I want Wild Guns. My rule though is just that, try to save, try to haggle, and don't spend eBay prices if you're at a convention. I mean, then why buy at a convention? Try to go at least below eBay, whether it's 15-20%. Haggle where you can, and everyone saves. You save money. The seller saves their time, and they'll make less on eBay after PayPal and eBay fees. I try to do business with people I like more than not. In terms of sellers, I see some of these conventions or people that I go back to that give me a good deal on stuff. Not that I try to freeze out other sellers, but it works itself out. If you go to sellers that constantly don't have good deals, you're not going to buy from them. You're not gonna have any sort of rapport. But other guys that give you a good deal, you go back to them and you buy more, and then everyone wins. My rules, though, in terms of other collectors and everything else, is don't screw other collectors over, because word gets around about backdoor deals, or being an asshole, or trying to sell them something at worse condition, or trying to just the dishonesty. Keep the dishonesty out of it when dealing with other collectors. Just don't do that. It's just not a good look. And I think if you're honest even with sellers, you win in the end more too, because people remember you being honest. People will remember you looking out for them, and they'll come back and look out for you. Like I said to Ian and other people that, you know, I would have never have gotten, I think the gray one without being honest, obviously, but I would never gotten the gold one if I wasn't honest about the gray one and about the pricing involved and the pricing about the gold. So it all worked itself out. It's sort of, the honesty helped me get more things versus being dishonest only helps in the short run. It doesn't help in the long run with everything in life, whether it's business dealings, whether it's relationships, whether it's friendships. It never helps. Even white lies, I think. Yeah. But just try to be upfront as you can, and then it should hopefully work itself out in the end. That's my rules. I think that became a life topic.